Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Built Not Given show. I'm your host, Jake Strickland, and today I had a different episode planned that was going to be out of the ordinary for the show, but I scrapped it because I don't feel like I've earned the right to talk about that one yet. Truth is, I've been slipping. I'm not completely off, but I'm also not locked in either. And by that, I mean I'm still working out. I'm still working. I'm still doing the podcast. Obviously, the podcast is coming out on Friday when it's supposed to be on a Tuesday. So there's just an idea, but my diet's been off. My training's been inconsistent. Work's been there. It's just not what it could be. And what's crazy is I used to think when I got to this point, it would feel different. And by this point, I mean training for the Ironman, doing the podcast, being involved with the chamber, being involved with a community, and being obviously a realtor. I thought it would be different. I thought I'd be more disciplined, more structured, more on it. But what I've come to realize is that doesn't just stay. You don't just arrive to that point and it locks in forever. And I've just recently I've known that forever because it's not a knowledge problem. It's I know what I can do. I've proven to myself that I can do it, but I'm just not doing it at the level that I can. And I didn't think that I would be back to this level that I am now because I've already been so far ahead of this. I didn't know that if I slacked off for a little bit, I would come back to this. I didn't know if I didn't train that discipline muscle, that working muscle, that I would fall back this far. But I have. And there's no excuse. I can sit here and name 1,000,010 reasons on what's going on, what's happened, why this, why that. But the truth is there's just no excuse. It's me versus me. And like I said, I don't have a knowledge problem. I don't have a time problem. I've got a discipline problem right now. And I know I'm not the only one. I know there's probably a lot of people listening to this that know exactly what they should be doing. They're just not doing it. That's the whole thing about built, not given. That's why I wanted to begin doing this. This is the part right here. It's not built when it's easy. It's built when you realize you've been off and you decide to lock in anyway. So for me, I'm not overcomplicating it. I'm going to go back to the simple day-to-day things. For my body, I'm going to train. For my action, my business wise, I'm going to do one thing that moves me forward. I'm affirm. I'm going to do my affirmations on a day-to-day basis. And for my mind, I'm going to read. We just started this at the office and we're reading a book. I'm doing a report, not a report, but talking about it every week. And that's actually really helped me. So shout out, Christy. Great idea. But that's it. I'm just going to begin stacking my days again. I've got my folder right here beside me that I had my tracker on. That was like my month to month to month tracker, or not month to month, my day to day tracker. And I've got about three-quarters of the way through, and then it's done. There's no more green stickers. Not because it was all red, just because I didn't think about it. I told myself it was because I was busy, it was because I had a lot going on. But the truth is, I didn't. I actually have less going on right now than I have over the last few months. So there's no excuse. There's no excuse why I can't go back to stacking those days. But I talked about how I thought it was going to feel different, how I thought it was going to feel different, how I thought whenever I built out the person and started becoming the person that I wanted to be, that I was going to notice this shift. And I think part of my problem was I didn't notice any shift. I didn't see anything different about myself. I looked in the mirror and I saw the same person. I saw a more disciplined person, but at the end of the day, it was still the same person, same eyes, same hair, same body, same everything. And I think what I've realized now is that The goal isn't to feel different. My goal isn't to feel like a different person because truthfully, I do like me. I think my goal, no, I know that my goal now is to become the type of person that shows up even when it doesn't feel different, even when it feels normal, even when it feels hard, even when and even when I look around and nothing's changed. My goal is to become the type of person that continues to show up. And like I said, I've been off, but I won't be off for long because today marks the day that that changes. Today marks the day that things get moving forward. So if you've been slipping, good. That means you're aware. Now let's go do something about it.